Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my project. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Nur Afia. My student number is 64240302. Today, I will be presenting about infinitive. In this presentation, I will explain the definition of infinitive, the types of infinitive, their function of infinite in a sentence, and how they differ from gerunds. I will also provide some example, including a short dialogue to make the concept clear. First, we have a definition of infinitive. Infinitive is the basic form of a verb that has not been modified by tense change or the addition of suffix. It is also known as the base verb or verb 1. Example, to eat, to play, to study. Next, there are two types of infinitives. The first is the bare infinitive without to. Verbs that are not preceded by to are often referred to as base verb. Example include words like see, hear, speak, read, smoke, look, and others. And the second is the full infinitive with to. The to infinitive is an infinitive that is preceded by the word to. It functions as a noun with an object following it or as a regular verb. This type of verb can also be followed by to. Example include to hear, to look, to see, to smoke, to read, to speak, to go. Here we will explain the difference between gerund and infinitive. A gerund is formed by adding verb plus ing, while an infinitive is formed with to plus verb 1. Okay, remember that a gerund only functions as a noun, but an infinitive is more like a multiplayer. It can take on multiple roles in a sentence. First, an infinitive can act as a noun, serving as either a subject or an object. Example, to dance on the stage is my dream. To dance here is an infinitive that acts as subject and functions as a noun. Next, it can also function as an adjective. Wait, how can as how can an infinitive be an adjective? For example, when someone tells another person to do something, we use an infinitive and it functions as an adjective. For example, I ask you to do the dishes. In this case, to do acts as an adjective. Moving on, the third is role is an adverb. For example, I was excited to go to Palembang. Here to go explains that someone is going to Palembang. Lastly, just like a gerund, some infinitive don't use to verb 1. For example, agree, happen, get, promise. So here we're gonna talk about infinitive versus gerunds. As you can see on the slide, there are situations where both can be used in a sentence. But the thing is, sometimes the meaning stays the same, but sometimes it changes. For the first part, when you use either a gerund or an infinitive, the meaning doesn't change. For example, I like to cook and I like cooking. Both sentences mean the same thing. But in the second part, it's different. The meaning changes depending on whether you use a gerund or an infinitive. For example, I forgot telling you means you already told them before, but you forgot that you did it. While I forgot to tell you means you didn't tell them at all because you forgot to do it. So be careful when using gerunds and infinitive because sometimes it can change the meaning of your sentence. Alright, next up is negative infinitive. The structure is really simple. It's just not plus to plus verb. Basically, when you want to express a negative action using an infinitive, you just put not before to. Let's look at the example. She decided not to go. This means she made a decision to stay or not leave. He preferred not to talk. This means he chooses to stay silent or not say anything. So remember, if you want to make an infinitive negative, just add not before to plus verb. Here, we can see how infinitive are used in real life conversation. What do you want to do this weekend? Notice that to do is an infinitive form. I want to go hiking. Again, the infinitive to go is used after the verb want. Then it says, I prefer to stay home and relax. Here, the infinitive to stay is used after the verb prefer. Maybe we can find something fun to do together. The infinitive to do is used to explain what kind of fun activity they are looking for. So from this dialogue, we learn that infinitive often come after certain verbs like want, prefer, or find. They are used to explain action or activities that someone wants to do. Infinitive are really common in our daily conversation. That's all for today's presentation about infinitive. I hope my explanation was clear and helpful for everyone. Thank you for following along until the end of my session. I really appreciate your time and attention. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Have a great day. Thank you.